Monday's got you feeling like you're crazy? All right, let's talk about a weekend reset. And y'all, I ain't talking about cleaning. We all know cleaning is a thing, right? We all know laundry is a thing. But what I'm talking about is actually how to reset your house so it supports you for the week. Because I have done a weekend reset for years, you guys, years, long before babies, long before cross country moves, long before exclusively pumping, long before any of those things. A weekend reset has been one of my claims to fame, or should I say claims to sanity? Okay. So today I'm going to share with you my 4 pillars that keep a weekend reset decently simple, right? It's a thoughtful process. So it doesn't have to take you forever. And depending on what you do, and how much you do, whether we're talking about laundry or whether we're talking about cleaning your whole house or whatever, like that's up to you. But like these pieces, I know if these 4 things, these 4 pillars are in place for the week, then we're in much better shape. Because here's what I have found. When I get to Monday, if Monday is crazy train and the vitamins aren't restocked for the week, like everything getting already together, if their diaper places we keep the diapers are not restocked, if the wipes aren't where they're supposed to be and they haven't been restocked, or if the load of laundry is still in the dryer, okay, and we got to pull from the dryer for 4 days, and instead of like having it in their drawers where they're supposed to be, like everything becomes more chaotic and more stressful. Every tiny decision I can take out of the rest of the week over the weekend saves my sanity. Every single one. And if I can save my sanity one piece at a time, we're going to do it on the weekend. So let's talk about this, okay? The very first pillar is restock the essentials. So I alluded to this a minute ago, but it literally helps eliminate unnecessary stress. So groceries are in. That's Travis's job, right? He's the grocery man. It stresses me out to go to the grocery store because I always feel like I forget things or I don't get enough things or I don't know how much to get because I'm also not the cook in this house because it's not my jam. And anyway, 2, I make sure all the snacks are prepped and like ready to go. So we make sure that the toddler can actually grab his pieces off the shelf, right? So he's got his own snack shelves and he can grab his things. Toilet paper is restocked everywhere because listen, there's nothing worse than running out of toilet paper and a tiny person needing something and the other tiny person crying at the same time and the dog demanding lunch all at the same time because this house is going to go down, right? So toilet paper is restocked everywhere, under the sinks, all the things. Wipes and diapers are all where they're going to be. Check the soap because, again, you cannot run out of soap during the week. That's just not a good thing, right? Vitamins, restocked. And then any frozen milk that needs to come in because you guys know at 6 months, I start dropping pumpings. If you missed that memo earlier, and I start pulling from the freezer stash. I don't drop all my pumpings, but like I drop some so we start pulling from the freezer stash to do the milk every day. So anyway, those things, right, might not sound like a big deal, but making sure those things are done over the weekend creates a lot of sanity during the week because we're not trying to find, go get one thing of milk out of the freezer. We're not, trying to find diapers or wipes whenever we need them, all the things. Like it's not super exciting and it's not glamorous. It sounds really stupid, like stupid simple, right? But if I can eliminate stress, then it makes sure that my house can function for the week. Okay. Thing number 2 is I reset the spaces that support us, right? So create calm as much as you can. Because if you're like me and you have 2 littles, one's getting ready to be on the move, and the other one's 100% on the move, right? He's going all the time. Then it just makes my life simple if our main areas support what we actually are doing. Okay. And so first of that, on that list would be something like making sure the laundry is caught up enough to function. Because like I mentioned a minute ago, I can't handle laundry in the dryer, right? Because it should be upstairs in drawers where it's supposed to be, not trying to come down here to find the right shorts for the right outfit or, the right pumping bra or whatever. Like, and it doesn't work. Like I need everything in its space to help our mornings go smoother. The kitchen reset, like this is one thing that we reset every night because it is too chaotic to get up in the morning and have bottles everywhere and pumping parts everywhere and, plates of food that weren't totally, like I mentally check out. I can't do it. It stresses me to the nth degree. I figured this out back before we had kids. It really got stressful to me to walk into a messy kitchen in the morning. And I noticed my actual like physical mentality was better whenever I walked into a clean kitchen to get my coffee. I know it's my thing, right? You figure out your thing. Making sure the bathrooms are at least wiped down, picked up, the hot spots in the area are cleaned up. All those things, right? So the hot spots are done. So there's not piles of things places. Now, this also allows my brain, if mail piles on the counter during the week, I'll get it on Sunday, right? Sunday's usually our reset day. So like, or, cleaning out the fridge, things like that. It's fine. I'll get it all. Lets my brain give it a space. Okay. So that way I don't feel like it has to be perfect and perfection during the week. It lets us live in our house without it being this, chaotic zone. And like I said, I'm not after a Pinterest perfect house, please. There are toys everywhere. we do clean them up at nap time, traditionally, a decent cleanup at nap time, and then at bedtime. And everybody gets the help. But like that's the thing, right? I need our house to support us and not just be chaotic because my brain can't do it. The other things that I found in the resetting the spaces that support us is a mini reset every night. Because for me, again, that's sanity. 1, the kitchen's cleaned up right. 2, the toys are picked up. 3, the dog toys are picked up. 4, Alfred, our Roomba, he's set to run and go because he takes care of the bulk of the mess, right? Until I can get to the weekend and actually run a Swiffer. I don't worry about it during the week. I let the Roomba do it. Unless it's really bad, but like the Roomba usually gets it pretty good, right? So, and then making sure that the coffee pot's ready to go for the next morning, like anything I can do and that little mini nighttime reset, right, that propels us to a better morning. But again, the bulk of it I do over the weekend, usually on a Sunday afternoon. So it makes life a lot easier because I know that if those reset spaces support us, we are gold. Well, we golden from not a total chaotic meltdown, probably, right? Because my sanity is going to be in a good spot. Number 3, I look ahead before life happens because we all know that life is going to come at you during the week. You got doctor appointments, you got play dates, you got work stuff, you got important work meetings. We've got all the stuff going on. Everybody's got it. So we have a family calendar. I implemented this because my husband could not open the Google Calendar app. It's on his Google Calendar, but he don't open it. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'm going to get a marker board calendar. I'm going to go old school. And I did. And I put it right on the entrance to our pantry. And everybody has a color code, right? So if it's one kid's appointment or if it's something for Salem or dog or if it's a family outing or a play date, everybody has a color. So then that way we can all look at the week. And I double check it on the weekend to make sure I haven't missed anything for the week. So that way everybody has a clue. My husband has a clue where everything's at for the week. This is awesome because if he needs to work late or has to go into work early or whatever, then I already have it on the calendar. We chat about it on Sunday. So it's this little check-in. So I know what to expect and anticipate for the week. Do I need to have dinner going? Do I need to plan something else for dinner? What's going on? Because it makes it very, very simple, right? Now, listen, if I have dinner going, let's be honest, it's probably going to be sandwiches. Okay. It's going to be PB&J. It's going to be something very simple. Being honest with you. If he's doing it, it's going to be something delicious. Okay. All right. Here's the thing. The calendar doesn't care if I'm ready for the week. It does not care because it's all coming, whether I looked at it or not. So I might as well be prepared. Does something specific need to be cleaned? Does a different swim outfit need to be ready to go if we're going to the creek or versus if we're going to the pool? Because pool outfits, you got to make sure you got the right colors, right? If you're going into water where they're actually going to be swimming, because we don't do blue in the pool because you can't see them if something were to ever happen. We do like hot pink and orange or red, right? Because you can actually see those in the water. Anyway, I learned that a couple years ago. All right. Number 4. I set myself up for future success. I call this the magic category because future me needs anything done that I have time for. So Saturday mornings are always a work block for me. I catch up on anything I missed from the week. So return calls, return emails, return texts, all the things. All my people know if I missed it during the week, I'll get back to it on Saturday mornings. I do all my follow-ups, team check-ins, anything like that going on. I make sure I have everything prepped for myself for the week, right? So whether it's snacks, whether it is my gym clothes ready to go, make sure they're all cleaned and actually where they're supposed to be so I can lay out my outfits at night. Because I know that morning me is going, you don't have your stuff out. You don't have all your, your sport bras clean. You didn't get your leggings done. Half of them are downstairs. Do you know where? This is what my 5 a.m. brain is going to say, right? If I don't have it together. But every weekend, I ask myself, and every night I ask myself the same question: what can I do now, right now, in these 5 minutes, if I have 5 extra minutes in cleanup time or whatever, that future me is going to thank me for? Because if I can have an outfit already laid out for the play dates for the week, or if I can have the bags already, pre-packed or refilled so we can get out the door easily. There's nothing worse than getting out the door without diapers or wipes. We've all done it. We have all done it. I left the house the other day without an extra baby bottle. Like, it was fine because she's eating solids, no big deal. But I left without an extra bottle, and I always have an empty bottle so I can put her milk in it and she can have a bottle if she needs it on the go. We weren't gone long enough. It was fine, but I realized I forgot it, and that added stress to because what if something happens and I needed it? Had that happen once with our son. The story for another day. But anyway, it allows me to have sanity, right? So that way future me is ready to go. So I set myself up for future success. That was number 4. Here's the thing. My weekend reset has changed so much over the years, massively, right? Depending on where we lived and what was going on and business goals at the time, and then adding kids into the mix and a dog into the mix like eons ago, right? So I probably have Jazz to thank for a lot of this. Our black lab we had, because she taught me more than you can ever imagine. I'll do a whole thing on her one day. But she is the one that is why I learned to work in pockets. She's also the one that taught me like why prepping for the week was so important when we had things going on. Like dogs teach you so much. Anyway, but the weekend reset is something that started a long time ago that has morphed over the years to what I needed it to be. So that's my challenge to you is to figure out what you need yours to be. Yours may look totally different. You may need a fully clean house. I don't know. You do you. All right, that's part of yours. But the more you can create little systems then that work and support your family, then the less chaos seeps in. Okay. Because the chaos is always going to be there. The question is, how much of our sanity do we want the chaos to take? Or can we actually enjoy the circus? Because you can be at the circus and not like the circus, or you can actually enjoy some of the chaos, right? You can laugh at the chaos. And if part of your systems are supporting the chaos and it's not overwhelming you, then life gets better. Because successful week does not start on Monday morning. No, friends, no. Your successful week starts on the weekend before, whenever you decide to do your reset. So here you go. Here were your 4 things. 1, restock your essentials. Figure out what that is for you. 2, reset your spaces in your house that actually support you. Right bags, all the things, reset it all. Number 3, look ahead for the week so you can be prepared and pre-planned for whatever you need to do. And 4, set your future self up for success. That way you've got a slamming week ready to go. And when the chaos comes, because we all know the circus is coming to town, right? It's coming. It's coming. You're ready to rock the house on it. Okay. I would love to know what else you would add to it. Drop it in the tips in the comments below. What else would you add to the weekend reset? And what are you going to add to yours? And which of the 4 pillars had you not thought about before? All right, you guys, make it a great day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Welcome to Coffee and Chaos. If you aren't hanging out with me on Facebook or Instagram, it's Coffee and Chaos with Celeste. And of course, you already found me here on YouTube. So share it with a friend that you think might benefit just a little bit from having a little better game plan walking into their week. Make it a great day.